Have a token white and you're hanging out with your friend group of color, you need to ask permission from everybody in the group to bring your white friend. Like, don't just bring them.
Can single-handedly cause the white genocide that they are so afraid of. With 2.25 billion Asian women and half a billion white men, baby, it'll only take 2 generations.
Caucasian people and like their inability to like read a fucking room. Like, y'all act like you don't understand
White women, we are inherently a danger in spaces for Black, Indigenous, and other people of color.
You ever think you're too online? As if you can't go outside, enjoy the sun, hit your body, that vitamin D is going to make your skin burn like you're a vampire. You don't have the ability to actually interact with humans. You ever feel that way? The anonymity of the internet allows you to say whatever you want to, so you don't want to face the consequences and repercussions of your actions, so you type away your entire problem, and that's how you develop all these insane theories, because back in the day, idiots and village idiots and fools were just one-off people, the crazy conspiracy nut, but not all the conspiracy nuts can talk to each other, so they have an echo chamber online where they can agree with their crazy, insane ideologies. And that's where the idea of the decimation of the white race comes from. Seems a little bit psychotic, and I was confused about what this actually meant. I've been seeing this term pop up recently in the public zeitgeist, having it come up in the public diaspora, seeing people speak about it and have fun words, and it's going into my brain and making my soul actually shudder at the phrase, the erasure, the goneness, the white genocide. Oh, evil. Now I was confused what this meant. And this is what I gathered. If you don't know what it means, it's an unfounded belief that people of caucus variety are being replaced or eliminated through social and political processes, such as mass immigration of non-white people. Yes, promotion of multiculturalism and diversity. Interracial marriage, and just eliminating white people. Feminism and the LGBTQ plus rights. This is often framed as reducing white birth rates, by the way. Alleged policies encouraging low white fertility. Now, there's no evidence in any capacity, but if you look between the lines, they tell me, you can actually see this. Now, in the beginning, I showed a bunch of TikToks that showed people saying we got to eliminate, Caucasian people, things of that variety. And I think those one-off vocal minorities are making a lot of Caucasian people horrified and scared. David Lane, in 1995, popularized the idea in the U.S., especially through his slogan, "We must secure the existence of our people and a future for white children." This was known as the 14 words. If you don't know what that is, it's a whole thing. It's a whole thing. I don't want to get too deeply into it. So naturally, I can't speak about this in totality because I needed to understand it deeply. So I get a lot of messages every day, by the way, ton of messages, and I like to talk to people. And one of the messages I got was an Instagram DM of somebody who wanted my number because he wanted to talk and call to me about the death of white people and how I would understand it. I don't know why he thought I would understand it, but he texted me a few things, so I was curious about what white genocide is. So this is what he texted me. This is the text message conversation on my burner phone of what he texted me. This is what essentially he was talking about here. And it's a bunch of psychotic gobbledygook and nonsense, and I know how people have bad attention spans. I may be second monitor content, so I'm going to read some of this for you. Now, I don't have the phone in front of my hand. I have it on screen here, and I can't see the screen. This is a green screen. You can obviously tell I'm getting phased out. So this is what I remember from the conversation. "You black evil man, I understand that you may not understand what it's like to have your people attacked because you've been a professional victim your entire life." And that's pretty much the starter of him talking just genuinely crazy to me and me just accepting it. I just wanted to hear what he had to say. He went on a rant about apartheid and something of that variety, about how the end of apartheid and the black majority rule, the whole thing, it was in 1970s or something of that variety. He said a whole bunch of stuff, and he called me and proceeded to talk to me about a bunch of stuff. I believe we spoke for 42 minutes, and I said, "Thank you for letting me know." And he said, "Did I change you?" I said, "Not even slightly. Not even a little bit. That was just some Bugs Bunny nonsense. That was some Anvil walking across the street, dropping out a forehead thing. I'm going to agree with the nonsense that you're talking to me." And I'm beginning to understand that this may just be a rationalization for racism. I think people just want to rationalize racism. And if you want to be racist, you don't need a rationale behind it. You can just be racist. You can just do that. You're free to do it. You're more than welcome to, actually. Go nuts. I don't care. You can just be racist. You can just do it. You're right as a God-given American, you know what I mean? Everybody wants to use Christianity as a backing for evil acts nowadays. It's your right as a God-fearing American to actively be racist. You have free will. This is your free will. You've chosen to do with it. If you choose to be hateful, evil, spiteful, disgusting, vitriolic, if you chose to demean an entire race based on their skin color, based on these fallacies that you find somewhere in the Bible, if you want to do that, if you're walking away at Jesus, if you interpret his message this way, by all means do that. That's all you. I'm not telling you not to do that. What I am saying, though, is that there is no white genocide. I do understand that a lot of white people are very fearful, very scared because of the perception of how they're perceived online, that white people are disgustingly evil, that they are vitriolic, that even the white children being born, that we should have less white people being born. And I 100% understand that that may be horrifying and terrifying for you. This great replacement of white people, more so. And I understand that it's a lot of white nationalist groups and a lot of far right forums are pushing this mindset that by all means we are losing our people. And I want to point this out here. That's not happening at all. That's not happening. You're not the protagonist of life. You are not the centerfold of everything. You are not the only person suffering on the planet. You are not the enemy of the world. You're not. You're genuinely not. You are perceived as that way to a lot of people, the vocal minority that's pushing it onto you, and you're stuck in online forums actively trying to push this ideology and thinking to yourself that this is how the entire world views you. But a regular person isn't going to view you as disgusting and evil. They may poke fun of you a little bit in some aspects you may do, and that happens with black people as well, happens with Mexican people, happens with people that worship Islam, people that actively are Muslim, people that are Arabic, people that are Japanese or Chinese. That happens in real life with fun jokes, but you're seeing a very pushed vocal minority, and because you click on it and read it, the algorithm will push more of that out to you. So now you're constantly seeing it and forcing yourself into an echo chamber of seeing nothing but this content that further pushes the idea that you and your entire race are being annihilated and destroyed, because that's what you're forcing the content down your throat. Recently, I started watching a lot of rock climbing content, and I actively discovered a bunch of people that I never would have discovered had I not started watching Magnus, who is a very prolific rock climber. I found him through a video through Ludwig. Ludwig I discovered through somebody called CDogVA, and that's a trend of trickle-down economics of the algorithm of YouTube content creators through collaborations. That's how I discovered it. And I had thought to myself, man, I imagine it's because I talked about rock climbing that one time that my phone picked it up, and now the world loves rock climbing. Everybody's just getting into rock climbing. Everybody's not getting into rock climbing. That's like I thought everybody's getting into motorcycles because I'm watching motorcycle videos. Everybody's not getting into it. My algorithm is pushing it to me because I keep clicking on the same things and pushing this ideology down my throat, because now I'm getting more into it and doing more research because I keep seeing it and it's in the forefront of my subconscious, and now I'm forcing myself to see that. It's not as if for some reason it's everybody doing it. It's you doing it to yourself. Is you actively looking for the content that is actively pushing the narrative of what it is. And it's an insane ideology. It doesn't make any sense. You're not going to get your entire race annihilated. You're not. It's not what's going to happen. The most people on the earth are, I believe, Chinese people. Chinese people are the most on the earth, and the most in America, I believe, somewhere upwards around 60 or at least 51%. Let's say 51%, because I know there's always some psychopath in my comments that always says, you know, actually, it's not 70%. That's just white-skinned Americans. You see, in the reality, that's not the true census. Okay, I'm going to say 51% of America is white people. Let's say that. Let's just call a spade a spade. Let's do that. Let's make it easy for everybody. 51% of America is white. That means the majority of people are white. Most people in America are white. That's fair. And because this is a melting pot of a bunch of people, you're going to find people that white people find black people attractive. And you're going to have interracial marriage. You can't stop interracial marriage because you don't like the other race. That's racist. You can't push your preferences of somebody else. You can't push your preferences onto somebody else because they're not you. If I like pineapples on pizza and you don't, I can't tell you that pineapples on pizza is the superior pizza because you don't like pineapples on pizza. You don't like the taste. That's reality. That's how it works. I can't force you to eat a black olive. I can't do that. That's not how it works. I can't force my life, my perception of reality onto you. I can't force my God onto you. I can't force my favorite game onto you. I can't tell you Dark Souls 2 is good because you hate it. That's fine. That's okay. I hate it too, but some people like it, and that's fine and dandy. I can't force you to read Toriko. I can't tell you to watch anime. I can't tell you that Breaking Bad is the greatest thing on the planet. I could provide examples of why I enjoy it, but that's my opinion. And this is an opinion propagated and pushed because you're pushing it upon yourself. You are. But I see it in the media all the time because the media drives on hate. The media wants to separate and divide us because it doesn't want us to think for 10 seconds. It wants us to doom scroll, consume, but not react. That's what it wants us to do. It wants us to consume and hate for a second and then push on to hate the next thing. It wants us to grab the pitchforks without wondering who created Frankenstein's monster. Who did that? Oh, Victor? Let's not attack Victor. Let's attack the monster instead. That's what's happening in reality. That's all that ever happens. And it keeps getting pushed into these crazy things that David Lane made in 1995 when he pushed his crazy ideologies of the 14 words into the reality. Feminism is not destroying you. It's trying to get women a right or to be out here. I think the best way for men to understand feminism in totality is to bring a straight man to a gay bar. Do that, and you'll understand why a lot of women don't like being around men that actively want them. Because a lot of gay men that I've been around actively want to just be pushy and things of that variety. The vocal minority, hear me out here before you comment something stupid. The vocal minority of gay men in bars are prolific when getting people. They're prolific on Grindr. They're very pushy. They're very active. And that's a vocal minority. They're very vocal. So people think it's the mass majority of what it is because of the vocality of the minority. That's what a lot of people believe. Same way you see a bunch of black people fighting outside and think all black people are like that because you in yourself see nothing but that. You see World Star Hip Hop and say, look at their people. All they know is drama and fighting. They got Baddies East and the Zeus Network and BET. That is a subsection, a vocal minority of black people. Not all black people are like that. No one black person, no one white person, no one person can be the entire ambassador for all the actions of a race that is stereotyping and that is disgusting and that is weird. It's stupid. Don't do that. It is dumb because you're seeing it pushed over and over and over again. That's the best way to do it. That's not destroying it. Interracial marriage is definitely not trying to destroy white people. That is just two people who love each other. They're going to be mixed race. Welcome to the real world. They may not even have kids. Not everybody wants to have kids. The mass immigration of non-white people is just people saying America's amazing. They see America is a beautiful place. They want people to live here. They want it, and they want to be accepted. They see the American dream. They see their country may not be as good. Some people may not want to live in India. They may not like the work culture of Japan. They may not want to be in China because they have a population control law where you can only have a certain amount of children. I'm not sure if that changed yet. Somebody could correct me in the comments. That'd be great. But they don't want to live in Germany. They don't want to live in Iceland. They don't want to live in Greenland. They don't want to live in Poland. They want to be in America where they feel it is a wonderland. That's what they want to be. And that's beautiful. That's what's happening. To covet, to destroy your own self because you think the world is deeply trying to attack you because you see nothing but attacks and you're watching nothing but content that is attacking yourself. And then you push to yourself saying they're trying to destroy us. No. You saw a video of the Loch Ness Monster and you saw it had 10 million views and you assume everybody now knows about this one video about the Loch Ness Monster. You saw the boogeyman and everybody's talking about the boogeyman in your echo chamber. And because it's echoing and everybody in your community is talking about it, when you saw somebody else that doesn't know about it, you question, how don't you know? How don't you know about the white genocide? How don't you know that black people are doing this? How don't you know about this? How don't you know about that? Because you think it. You think you are the protagonist, the main character of the entire world, of the universe. So easily do humans get so facilitated on this idea. They think their own self-importance is more important than the importance of everybody else around them. Not everybody's Christian. Not everybody's Muslim. Not everybody's atheist. Some people love religion to their whole soul and whole chest, and it changes them and it shapes them. They walk the way of Jesus. Some people worship Muhammad and worship Islam and have that be their entire ideology and realize that that makes them feel whole. And that community, that off-centeredness, that making them feel like a person, it makes it work. Some people find unity through Black pride. Some people find unity through Asian pride. And some people, and this is going to sound crazy because the word has been stigmatized, some people find unity through being white. You can't say white pride because they have bad connotation with that. They think it means supremacy, but they just want pride in existing because they see every other race doing it. They see every other, Asian pride, Black pride. What about white pride? Why can't we get anything? You guys had that throughout all of history, but we don't have it now. It'd be nice if we had it. And they think because they don't get their own special table, they don't get their own participation trophy, they don't get their own hat, then they are left out. And that's what's happening. It's a protest to a protest. It's a reaction to a reaction. It's anger to anger. It's an eye for an eye making the whole world blind. The same thing you preach inside that magic little holy Bible of yours that you push to everybody else that they should follow God. Read your own goddamn book. It's like Dragon Ball Z fans. Read the manga. It's like Yu-Gi-Oh fans. Read the card. It's like kids in school right now relying on AI. Read. Learn. Learn how to read. It's very important to do so. If you don't do that, you're going to endlessly back on yourself over and over again and realize that you're not reading anything. You're not looking in deeper context. You're just seeing the base value. You're just reading the headline and realizing, this headline's bad, so the whole world must be bad. The headline is not bad. The headline is pushed to you. The content is completely different from the headline. That's what's happening. It's meant to manipulate. And the people that think they can't get manipulated are the ones most susceptible to manipulation. That's what's happening over and over again. It's disgusting. I don't want that for you. You know what I want for you? I want you to be happy about being white. I want you to be happy about being Black. I want you to be happy about being alive. I want you to be happy. If you could do that, if we could surmise that, I want you to find community amongst your people or amongst other people. I want you to find community. I want you to feel like people want to be around you. I want you to love yourself. That's what I want. I want you to be a person and exist here right now. I want you to not make excuses for existence. I want you to be here forever. I want you to love yourself. I want you to go work out. I want you to eat right. I want you to work out, exercise, eat right. I want you to love yourself. I want you to be here. That's all I want. That's it. Those are my commandments. If I may be so bold and so protagonist-like to do so, please don't think your entire world is shattering around you and your entire race is getting decimated. It's just people connecting and loving each other. The LGBTQ isn't trying to destroy you. It is not trying to annihilate you. Trans people aren't coming for the army. It's not coming for your jobs. Mexicans aren't coming for your workforce. It's not happening. It's not real. It's cheap labor because they didn't have it in Mexico, and the big corporations are using cheap labor to circumvent that. And that's why they're so upset about certain things that are going on, because they don't want the ideologies that are for the better man. And you want what's for the better man, but you think the better man is just white people. That's not just the better man. The better man is everybody. The better man is also the better woman. The better man includes feminism. The better man includes everyone. Even the people you disagree with. This goes to Black people too, by the way. Even if you disagree with them, please don't hurt them. Violence is never, hear me out, this is so important, and I hate when people argue me this worthless little fact. Violence is never, in any situation, the definitive, holistic, one true all answer. Violence creates divot of hate. Violence creates divots of hate. We will truly grow great as a society when we plant trees who we will never know the shade of. That is when we will grow great as a society. That is when life will be better for everyone. When we stop worrying about the here and now and think further into the future about for our future generations. And stop pushing this ideology of, oh, it's a genocide because they're race mixing. Oh, it's a genocide because LGBTQ. Oh, it's a genocide because women have rights. It's not a genocide. It's the world opening its eyes and discovering that there's a bigger picture out there than just one race. It's the human race deciding that it's not the protagonist of the entire universe. We are not that important. It's okay to not be okay. Okay?
If BIPOC stand in the street and scream at the top of their lungs, I hate all white people, I want all white people to go die, die white devil, you cracker bitch, that's still not racism.
I'm your nigga night, be my loyalties low. Ooh, happy to try what you need. Your world, I love to live in it. Ooh, I love the ride when you're free.